On Apple Valley News now at 6. New tonight, the latest in the case against a man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students and the debate over allowing cameras in the courtroom.
And beautiful weather tonight in eastern Washington, but we're going to get warmed up for the weekend. I've got all the details in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, new information about that toxic algae found in the Columbia River as health officials fear it may have turned up in other locations.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. An update tonight on wildfire we brought you on Tuesday. That fire had forced the closure of State Route 821 between Ellensburg and Selah through the Yakima River Canyon. Well, WSDOT later tweeted that State Route 821 has reopened. The South Slope fire burned 400 acres. At last check, it was 10% contained. Meanwhile, the Rosa Slope fire burned 200 acres. And let's talk about your forecast. It's been very dry out there and it's feeling like it's getting warmer. Stacey Lee has a look at what to expect.
Yeah, it's been really nice. We had the cooler weather today, but things are going to start warming up tomorrow. Temperatures in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, 70s and 80s. Right now it's 82 Tri-Cities, 70s and 80s in the foothills of the Blues. Here's our temperature trend again. That warm up heading our way for the weekend and then a big slide down into the 70s. Will be below average for the first part of next week. So again, take it in. It's going to be really nice. It's sunglasses and the convertible top down, 90 degrees on Saturday. Cooling on down to the 70s into the weekend. Here's a look at our Dust Devil Geisa Skycam tonight. 82 degrees. Winds are at 8 miles per hour. Our sunset at 7:12. Here's the evening planner for you now. Again, once we hit dark, those temperatures start to cool down drastically. 69 by 9 o'clock in the Columbia Basin. In Walla Walla tonight, those temperatures slide on down into the 60s by 9 o'clock. Grab a coat. And in Walla Walla, Yakima, we'll see those temperatures dropping into the 60s by 8 o'clock tonight. So here's what's coming up. We got clear, cool conditions tonight. Breezy winds through the mountain gaps. Think Yakima, Kittitas Valley. Weekend warm up and a chance of rain coming our way next week. I'll tell you all about it in our First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. We have a follow-up tonight regarding toxic algae found in the Columbia River. The swim beach at Howard Amon Park in Richland has been off limits since the discovery of algae there last month. Now the Benton Franklin Health District says preliminary tests found higher levels of the algae in Wade Park in Pasco and at Leslie Groves in Richland. The recreational area at Columbia Point has also been closed pending additional testing after the health district received a complaint. Strong reactions tonight after a Seattle police officer said a woman killed in a crash had, quote, limited value. That victim died after another officer hit her at 74 miles per hour on the way to a call. We should warn you, the audio from the body camera video is difficult to listen to. Natalie Swaby has more on how the community is responding.
I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield, then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead.
A day after the release of Seattle police body-worn camera video, there are strong reactions.
I'm angry and disappointed to hear the way that this detective talked about a fatal collision.
That's what Councilmember Lisa Herbold had to say today at City Hall. And in a statement, the co-chairs of the Community Police Commission said it was heartbreaking and shockingly insensitive. The commission says the video captures the voice of Detective Daniel Otterer, the vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild, talking on a telephone call reportedly to union president Mike Sullen. The union did not immediately return calls for a comment about the one side of the conversation that can be heard on this January 24th recording.
No, it's a regular person.
The call happened one day after 23-year-old John V. Kandula was struck and killed by another officer's squad car while that officer was responding to an emergency call. At one point, the detective appears to talk about what might happen if the victim's family sued the department.
Yeah, just write a check. $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
The recorded conversation is sparking new comments today at City Hall.
Detective Otterer was laughing at Janavi's death.
Seattle police say someone in the department saw the video and reported it.
As horrifying as this conversation was to hear, I want to also say that I'm thankful to police department employees who discovered this and appropriately escalated these comments through their chain of command to the chief's office.
That was Natalie Swaby reporting. Now, a talk show host in Seattle, Jason Rantz, says he got a copy of the officer's response to the Office of Police Accountability, and this is part of a classified case. But Rantz says the officer claimed he's mocking the way that lawyers respond to cases like this one. The King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office is conducting a criminal review of the crash, which happened, again, as a Seattle police officer was driving nearly 50 miles over the limit in a busy part of the city, just a few blocks from the Space Needle, on his way to an overdose call. New tonight at 6, an update in the case against a man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students last fall. The case returned to a Latah County courtroom in Idaho today. A decision about whether to allow cameras in court is still pending. Both the prosecution and the state of Idaho want the judge to ban cameras in court. The Media Coalition, which includes our sister station in Spokane, argues that it's in the court's best interests to allow camera access because it allows the public to witness what's happening firsthand. The judge did have some concerns. Attorneys for suspect Bryan Kohberger argue their main concern regarding media access is that it dehumanizes their client, and they say it sensationalizes the case. A representative for the Media Coalition says they're willing to work with the court, but they do want continued access. She says she has hope that the judge will allow for that. Bryan Kohberger is accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students last fall in an off-campus house in Moscow. We'll continue to update you as we learn more and when the judge hands down a decision on whether to allow cameras in the courtroom moving forward. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says it continues to get reports of scam phone calls. The Sheriff's Office says the scammer may claim to be with the department and provide an actual deputy or employee's name. Sometimes the scammers have claimed that they have a warrant for the victim's arrest or claim that the victim is under investigation by the FBI for crimes they didn't commit. The scammers then demand payment through something like Bitcoin, PayPal, Cash App, or through gift cards. Now, those should all be red flags because law enforcement does not operate like that. The Sheriff's Office says if you get one of these calls, hang up, do not give them any information, don't even confirm any information they already have about you. If you do feel concerned, you can call the non-emergency dispatch number that's on your screen, 509-628-0333, and ask to speak with the on-duty deputy. Donations have been slow at the Tri-Cities Food Bank, but there is a great need for food in our communities. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo says that's why a local organization is making an effort to do what it can to help.
When it comes to feeding the hungry, there isn't a certain kind of people volunteers see needing help. They could be your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends that need just a little help, especially when food costs are so high right now. That's what keeps volunteers going. And VJ Meadows with the Tri-Cities Food Bank says it needs a community support so they can support the community.
The community to realize is that we have that need because everybody's coming in here wanting food, and people come to the door and they'll say, could we have anything? They're just hungry.
Meadows says many people struggle to afford enough food to meet their basic needs and need the Tri-Cities Food Bank.
One of the cars that came through, the volunteers went to give the food. They put the boxes in this lady's car, and she had a 7-8-year-old little boy, and he reached across and wrapped his arms around it, and he goes, "Oh, Mom, we get to eat tonight."
But since the pandemic, food or monetary donations are just hard to come by. That's why a local organization is hoping the community will help them help the food bank and in turn support our community. The Tri-Cities Houseplant Lovers Group is hosting a food drive, and they're getting Tri-Cities businesses involved to help get as much help as possible for the food bank.
Doing plant swaps for a long time, and this year one of my moderators, her name's Brittany too, she thought it would be a good idea to incorporate a little bit of a food drive at our plant swap where people could get raffle tickets for bringing in canned goods, because we always raffle off plants.
Food, a basic need, and something as simple as canned goods can make all the difference in a person's life. It's something anyone or of any age can do to give to their community.
Doing plant swaps for a long time, and this year one of my moderators, her name's Brittany too, she thought it would be a good idea to incorporate a little bit of a food drive at our plant swap where people could get raffle tickets for bringing in canned goods, because we always raffle off plants.
The generosity isn't going unnoticed.
We're so appreciative of those in the community who see that we need that support.
The Tri-Cities Houseplant Lovers Group is hosting the drive-through September 17th, but you can drop off a donation at the Tri-Cities Food Bank at any time. Reporting in Kennewick, Anna Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
The Tri-Cities Houseplant Lovers Group is working with a list of businesses where you can drop off your donation. We've got the list at applevalleynewsnow.com. Well, it's an invasive species trying to take root in the Evergreen State. Tonight, renewed calls for reports of sightings of the Tree of Heaven. That's next. And we're seeing some warm temperatures across eastern Washington, but the mercury is about to climb even higher for the weekend. All the details coming up in Stacey Lee's First Alert forecast. But first, we are a little more than 100 days until Christmas, and auditions open for a winter classic, an opportunity for local children to take the stage. Plus, Operation Best Friend will meet a dog who needs a forever home. You're watching Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Spicy chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of fire emoji, chili emoji, grinning face with sweat emoji, and wouldn't it be double fire emoji if they came back? Spicy chicken McNuggets, they're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Labor Day sale has been extended at Walker's Furniture. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year. Or 5 years no interest financing. So you can get it today and pay for it later during these final days of savings at Walker's.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Demands at home, responsibilities to get back to work. It's tough. We get it. So starting tomorrow on GMA, hear from some real working moms and experts on how to re-enter the workforce in a new and flexible way. Take care of them and take care of you. Starting tomorrow on Good Morning America.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Mountains to the valley, the blacktop sea where the tide rolls in. Tearing up the roof now, California rally, ripping through the streets till the pavement in State Bronco.
Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Bronco.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
The Labor Day sale has been extended at Walker's Furniture. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year. Or 5 years no interest financing. So you can get it today and pay for it later during these final days of savings at Walker's.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Now to the battle against invasive species and plants in our region. The Washington State Department of Agriculture wants everyone to report sightings of something they call the Tree of Heaven. Despite its name, this tree is invasive and has spread through much of Washington State. If you see it on property that's not yours, you can report it to the Washington Invasive Species Council. If you need help controlling this invasive plant, you can also contact the Benton County or Franklin County Noxious Weed Control Boards. The Nutcracker is coming to Yakima, but ahead of the performance, they are partnering with a local dance studio to get little dancers to join them. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us this is a chance for every young dancer, no matter their age or skill, to have a moment in the spotlight.
It starts with the pitter-patter of little feet, taking steps that count.
And 1, 2, 3, 4,
This is opportunity for the kids to dance Nutcracker Ballet with the professional company. International dancer from Japan, Ukraine, from Italy.
Going from city to city, auditioning kids, teaching them their part, and then coming back to perform with them on stage.
Everyone will have an opportunity to participate.
Dozens of kids from different local dance studios, all coming together.
So instead of being competitors, which sometimes happens in ballet, they all encourage each other.
Even the littlest snowflake, who loves to dance for fun.
I love dancing on stage. I just love it.
To those on point who've been dancing for years.
I love dance because it allows me to express myself and release a lot of stress and just build up of icky feelings of life and stuff and just let it go, and it's very therapeutic.
And this performance, the opportunity of a lifetime for young dancers regardless of their skill level.
Watching them get better little by little and watching them have fun is really satisfying. I want them to fall asleep daydreaming, like, remember when I was in the Nutcracker and I did well? It was so magical.
The dancers will rehearse for the next few weeks and take the stage with the professionals in November, bringing the magic to life. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, Yakima is one of 86 cities getting this program, the Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet, that they're stopping in, and that performance is coming up on November 20th at the Capitol Theater.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And another beautiful day in the books. We are, however, tracking some breezy and gusty winds here in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Again, we're seeing those gusty winds right around where those fires are tonight, making it more difficult for firefighters. But the good news is these winds are going to start to die down as we move through the evening in that area. Still a little breezy through the Hanford Reach and the Columbia River Gorge. Moving on into tomorrow afternoon, we'll see light breezy winds in the midday. Not too bad though, looking great as we head towards the weekend. Warmer temperatures, lighter winds, lots of sunshine. That is all of it in a nutshell. There you go. Legends Casino Sky Camp tonight, Columbia Point in Richland, 82 degrees right now outside. Our humidity at 32%. Our winds are at 8 miles per hour and our sunset tonight at 7:12. Days are getting shorter. Radar and satellite, ridge of high pressure moving in. Most of the clouds we've been seeing will filter on out of the region as that ridge of high pressure moves over the top of us. And again, we'll see lots of sunshine. But again, that last little band of clouds still hanging out around the area. Here's our temperature trend moving through the next 24 hours in Yakima. Again, dropping down into the 50s by overnight, early morning, and then gradually climbing up to the 80s again with lots of sunshine out there. Tri-Cities again will be in the 60s for most of the night, gradually making it down to the 50s and then moving back into the 80s by the early afternoon tomorrow. So good weather ahead of us. Tonight, clear and cool, good sleeping temperatures. Look for overnight lows in the 40s and 50s, 51 in Yakima, 48 tonight in Sunnyside. Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, we got 50 in Prosser, 52 for Tri-Cities in Hermiston, and 51 tonight in Connell. Looking into the foothills of the Blues, again, those lower 50 temperatures, and Pendleton down to a chilly 49 tonight. We're going to start seeing those cooler evenings. Here's a warmer day on tap tomorrow, 86 Tri-Cities, 84 in Yakima. Beautiful weather again, lots of sunshine. Tomorrow's planner as you get out the door, again, a little on the cool side, but you'll see those warmer temperatures by the time you get to the early afternoon. And again, once we hit dark, it starts to cool down pretty quickly. Here's what it looks like for your day in Walla Walla tomorrow. Yakima tomorrow, again, a little chilly out the door, up to close to 80 by noon. You'll be in the 80s all afternoon, down to the 60s in the evening. Here's your short-term forecast. Moving towards the weekend, again, enjoy this. This is the final weekend of summer. We transition to fall beginning Friday of next week. In Walla Walla, or excuse me, Tri-Cities, we'll see those upper 80s, near 89 Friday, and then on Saturday we'll see that 91 degree temperature. And in Walla Walla, look at this, those upper 80s, lots of sunshine, clear skies, 90s by Saturday. And there is a very brief chance that we could see some showers developing in our area late Sunday night into Monday. You'll see the clouds move in more than likely towards the foothills of the Blues and the Cascades, but overall, again, we could see some showers getting into the first part of next week. More to come on Apple Valley News Now. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. Tonight, an unexpected encounter in Washington waters. The creature that bit a triathlete as she swam, and the reason this might have happened. Next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
sound? Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
This is where the big steps in life meet the small moments that make each day familiar. Where they have their first day. Where we share our favorite spots. Like you, we call this place home. We're here to help you take the worry about how you get there, so you can focus on finding your way home.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
Are your closets overflowing? Is your garage filled with things you no longer need? When you donate to Goodwill, you're not just clearing space in your home, you're creating opportunities for those in need. By donating or shopping at Goodwill, you actively contribute to local employment opportunities and help individuals find work within your community. So donate your gently used items to Goodwill, and together we can transform lives and build a brighter future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy, clean, dude!
No. Of course not.
Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, you know the stakes are high, the offers low. When the chips are down, who will stand for you? The big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will double down to get you the full compensation you are owed and you deserve. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn, Bulldog Tough.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back. A Washington triathlete is still recuperating after a harbor seal bite that happened earlier this year. Pictures from UW Medicine show Dana Robertson Halter setting out on her annual 2-mile swim off Decatur Island in western Washington. On that swim, she says she was slowed down by a kelp bed and started treading water, then suddenly felt a sharp pain in her left leg.
Bit my leg. Just massive, massive bite in my leg.
She says that single bite punctured her wetsuit.
When I got myself in the rowboat, I saw her head pop up about 15 feet away. So there was no question. She was adorable and also had a pup that she thought I was too close to.
Dana got stitches and antibiotics at the emergency room, but a week later she says the wound wasn't any better. She started getting a fever. When she went back to the hospital, the care team took cultures from the wound. They found that a bacteria from the water, not from the seal's mouth, was delaying her recovery. She got on the right antibiotic, then started feeling much better very quickly. And Dana says her run-in hasn't shaken her passion for swimming or her love for seals. We have a lot more news ahead for you in our second half hour tonight. This might mark an opportunity for a getaway. The emerging travel opportunity, new tonight at 6:30. But first, Stacey Lee has your reason to smile.
And today's photo of the day is a reason to smile. Now, David sent this photo in of this beautiful butterfly. He says these butterflies start in Yakima, they go to the mountains and they come back, and that signals fall. So thank you so much, David James, for sending that photo in. Your reason to smile is sponsored by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco. To be featured, all you have to do is send me a photo to slee@applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Our customers depend on us for everything. We grow well over 200 different crop varieties, and there's tremendous diversity within our trade territory. We spend a lot of time and work a lot with our customers on enhancing and utilization of the products that John Deere offers from a technology perspective. We do what we say every single day.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Is your home in need of a remodel? Then transform your living space with help from Costless Carpet.
Have you heard about Costless Carpet's new Rhino SPC? It's changing the flooring industry. Durable, waterproof, with amazing looks that are blowing our customers away. Rhino SPC has 20 and 30 mil wear layers, making it more durable and easy to install. Costless Carpet stocks over 25 different visuals and has wide planked woods and 12 by 24 tile designs too. To find your nearest store, visit costlesscarpet.com.
Imagine coming into our country from having escaped war, persecution, maybe living in a refugee camp for years and years with no education, limited food, limited opportunity. That's where B5 comes in. So B5 is a community-based organization that works at an apartment, and we connect through education, relationships, and try to build community so that they can thrive in their new home. With more than 250 people coming into their Tri-Cities community each year, B5 is breaking ground on a new facility so that we can serve them with dignity and respect. And we need the community's help.
B5 Community Learning Center serves the Tri-Cities refugee and immigrant community. Make a donation towards the new community center or learn more at thriveatb5.org.
Well, this summer, Apple Valley News Now started Operation Best Friend, and you can catch that segment every Wednesday on Good Morning Northwest, which airs 5 to 7 weekday mornings. Now, this week's Best Friend rolled in with this morning, literally.
Pork Chop uses a set of wheels to get around comfortably after he was diagnosed with hip dysplasia. And Elizabeth Norman from the Pitbull Pen told us the wheelchair doesn't hold him back at all.
This is Pork Chop. He is a 4-month-old pit bull. He has severe hip dysplasia. He came to us from Kansas. He is in a chair. It doesn't slow him down at all. He is a happy, playful, loving puppy. He's good with cats, dogs, and people. He is with the Pitbull Pen, and his adoption fee is $4.50.
Now, if you're interested in adopting Pork Chop, he is neutered, up to date on all of his vaccines, and he is microchipped.
And remember, if you adopt a pet that is featured on Operation Best Friend, you're going to receive a $50 gift card to Paws Natural Pet Emporium.
I love that. Such a creative response to an injury.
He's adorable.
Yeah. Well, if you want to get away, now might be the time. The reason you may want to check out airline tickets. Plus, fighting crime with technology, the edge it's giving law enforcement as officers patrol Eastern Washington. And artificial intelligence may be the future, but lawmakers want to keep it in check. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Thousands of auto workers across the country are now gearing up to walk off the job if their demands to the big three automakers aren't met. Members of the United Auto Workers Union are calling for higher wages and benefits at GM, Ford, and Stellantis, which is the company that makes Chrysler and Jeep vehicles. Tonight, the UAW president is updating members on their plans for a possible strike, which is looming ahead of a Thursday night deadline. ABC's Melissa Adon has the details.
A possible strike looming for all of the big three U.S. auto companies. The United Auto Workers Union says offers from Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, which makes Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep vehicles, are falling short.
The working class is being left living paycheck to paycheck and feeding off the scraps. You know, the price of vehicles went up 30% in the last 4 years. CEO pay went up 40% in the last 4 years. Worker pay went up 6%.
The UAW president adamant without a deal, the union will strike and ramifications could be seen quickly. According to economists, if the strike lasts more than a month, car prices will spike. Ford president and CEO Jim Farley telling ABC News they've put forth a new offer and are optimistic.
It's the most lucrative offer in 80 years working with the UAW. Large pay increases, top 1% health care. We're going to be, we have profit sharing. We're going to be adding inflation protection.
Farley, however, calling some of the union's demands like a 4-day work week not sustainable, adding a multi-week strike could be devastating to the U.S. economy.
It's critical that we find a deal, but there is a limit, as I said. We're not going to mortgage our future.
It's not going to wreck the economy. It's going to wreck the billionaire economy. And that's the big issue here.
The union is calling on higher wages and stronger benefits like cost of living adjustments, more paid time off, and an increase in retiree pay.
That was Melissa Adon reporting. Now, if a strike is called, this would be the first time that workers at the big three all took to the picket lines at the same time. Now let's talk about our local forecast. Stacey Lee is here, and it's feeling a little bit warmer out there, Stacey.
It's been a lovely day. Like I said, if you drive a convertible, have that top off because it's been nice, but it's going to warm up this weekend. 82 right now, Legends Casino, Skycam, Columbia Point, Richland. Our winds are 8 miles per hour. Our sunset tonight at 7:12. Very nice evening ahead. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the area. Right now in Ellensburg, 75. We're at 82 in Yakima as well as Hermiston. Looking into the foothills of the Blues, Dayton 71. It's 78 in Walla Walla. Here's that evening planner again as the darkness falls. We start to cool down pretty rapidly. We'll be down to 69 degrees by 9 o'clock in the Tri-Cities. Walla Walla, beautiful evening there. A few clouds, 62 by 9. And in Yakima tonight, again, a little bit cloudy there. Those clouds will start moving out by midday tomorrow. 65 degrees by 9 o'clock tonight. Overnight lows around the area, again, on the chilly side, especially in Ellensburg at 48 and Pendleton tonight, 49. 50s pretty much everywhere else. Toppenish also 49 degrees. So it's clear and cool tonight. We've got those breezy winds through the mountain gaps. Those will start to calm down overnight. A weekend warm up on the way, final weekend of summer, and a chance of rain coming next week. We'll talk about that coming up in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. The search for an armed and escaped fugitive in Pennsylvania is finally over tonight.
We're proud to announce the subject is in custody.
Overnight, police captured the man who escaped from prison a few weeks ago. Authorities say a burglar alarm helped them zero in on his location.
There was an aircraft overhead and close to 1 a.m. picked up a heat signal that they began to track. Tactical teams converged on the area where the heat source was. They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred.
Investigators say the man escaped from prison in Chester County, Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago by crab walking up a prison wall. While on the run, he allegedly managed to steal a rifle from a garage. The homeowner opened fire, but at that time, the man was able to escape. Police planned to question him before taking him to a state prison to begin serving a life sentence for the murder of his ex-girlfriend. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is working with a new system that they call the Real-Time Crime Center. It uses video surveillance technology paid for with federal funds to give law enforcement more eyes around the county.
It gets us on scene quicker, allows us to make decisions quicker with better information. So this gives us situational awareness from video feeds, investigative databases, license plate reader technology, our CAD system for awareness. We've had it assist us with subjects fleeing shootings, dozens of reported and recovered stolen vehicles over the last few months.
Advocates say this system is an expansion of things that the Spokane County Sheriff's Office has been using for years, like automatic license plate readers. The Sheriff's Office says that technology does not have facial recognition, and they only keep the data for 30 days. But opponents are raising privacy concerns.
Are there frameworks in place that where there's some oversight? Are there frameworks in place so this doesn't get out of hand? So this doesn't, so our city doesn't become a surveillance totalitarian state.
One expert with the American Civil Liberties Union of Washington raised concerns that even without facial recognition, this technology could potentially give the government a lot of information about people who aren't doing anything wrong, adding that the millions spent on the Real Crime Center could have been spent on crisis support and violence interruption programs instead. Today, some of the biggest names in tech convened on Capitol Hill for a discussion of artificial intelligence. Cameras weren't allowed inside once the Senate forum began, but this was the first of 9 scheduled meetings to talk about what exactly AI can do and how it could be regulated.
When it comes to fighting cancers, fighting long-term illnesses and so forth, I think AI has real opportunities.
What often keeps me up at night is the effect of AI potentially in displacing millions of American workers.
The European Union is already a few steps ahead of us on regulating artificial intelligence. Some experts say we do need to be focused on things like how AI gets confused by misinformation, rather than worrying right now about the robots taking over. Up to $135 billion was likely paid out fraudulently in pandemic unemployment insurance claims, that according to the U.S. Government Accountability Office. That number is equal to about 15% of the total benefits paid out during the pandemic. In January, the watchdog group estimated that fraud at $60 billion, but the Department of Labor believes that the current amount is actually an overestimation. The findings shed light on numerous schemes to steal money from a range of pandemic relief programs. President Biden signed 2 bipartisan bills into law last year, aiming to hold individuals accountable for committing fraud under pandemic relief programs. It could take 700 hours of the U.S. Senate's time to process and vote on hundreds of military officers whose promotions have been blocked by Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville from Alabama. That, according to the Congressional Research Service. Senator Tuberville placed a blanket hold on military promotion nominations, protesting the Pentagon's reproductive policies. The Senate hasn't been able to confirm hundreds of military promotions by unanimous consent, and Senator Tuberville has answered criticisms by saying that Senator Chuck Schumer, the majority leader, could bring each promotion to the Senate floor one by one if he wanted to. The Congressional Research Service says that would take about 700 hours because there are around 237 nominations up right now. That would be 30 days of work without any breaks for lawmakers. In consumer news tonight, this might be the time to travel. Fall begins next week and prices are dropping. One travel expert says lower prices are driving demand among travelers looking to visit international destinations like Europe and South America.
Number of Americans traveling down to Mexico, 20% higher than it was in 2019. The number of Americans flying over to Europe, 15% higher than it was in 2019.
Scott Keyes offers this advice: use a price monitoring tool to get real-time updates and notifications when prices drop. You could consider flying midweek instead of near the weekends. And for overseas travel, consider making a trip around Thanksgiving.
Especially if you've got the week off work, if the kids have the week off school, and if you're interested in those Christmas markets.
Ticket prices for this month and next are 29% cheaper than the average price for peak domestic summer travel. Carrier American Airlines expects a big cut to their upcoming profits. They adjusted their third quarter earnings in a regulatory filing to 20 to 30 cents per share. That's a drop from a previous forecast of 95 cents per share. American City cites raising fuel costs and the new pilot contract for that adjustment. Now, discount carrier Spirit also cut its third quarter revenue by 5%, but the International Air Transport Association says global airlines should make nearly $10 billion in profit this year. Wazoo took on the Wisconsin Badgers last weekend, but it wasn't just a big game for the Cougs. We'll explain coming up. And a fantastic evening across eastern Washington. The weekend looking warmer. Stacey Lee is tracking that coming up. And working out frustrations to help a worthy cause. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Spicy Chicken McNuggets, breaded in tempura and made with cayenne, are just the right amount of fire emoji, chili emoji, grinning face with sweat emoji, and wouldn't it be double fire emoji if they came back? Spicy Chicken McNuggets, they're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Now is the time for a new bath from Bathfitter. Every Bathfitter bath is installed quickly, safely, and beautifully with a lifetime warranty. Go from old to new, from worn to wow. The beautiful bath you've always wanted, done right, installed by one expert technician, all in one day. We've been creating moments like these for 35 years, and we're here to help you get started. Book your free virtual or in-home design consultation today.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. Plus, receive $1,000 off your new siding project for new construction as well as remodels. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion, or bacon, or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Avidan in Richland is celebrating its 70th anniversary by inviting people to come live out their office space dreams. The printing service company hosted an outdoor picnic today with free food, games, giveaways, and music. Doggy Style Gourmet and Bookwalter Winery served up tasty treats and beverages for the crowd. But the biggest draw was right here, those smash zones. For just $10 a piece, people could take bats, sledgehammers, and axes to office equipment to work off some stress or just to have some fun.
In the office space, they're frustrated at work. They're tired of their either fax machine or their printer it's not working or getting their frustration, just like life is. And one of the fun things about coming to this event is you kind of get a little bit of your frustrations out.
Now, if you want to pick up the sledgehammer, you've got just a little bit of time left. They'll be partying until 7 o'clock tonight, and all of the smash proceeds go towards chaplaincy healthcare. In sports, Wazoo played its biggest game in some time over the weekend, beating the Wisconsin Badgers. According to Sports Media Watch, that matchup was the 8th most watched college football game over the weekend, with 2.28 million viewers. Only Texas Alabama, Texas A&M Miami, and Oregon Texas Tech had higher ratings during that time slot. Cougs head coach Jake Dickert talked about the fan support.
I just think it's vitally important to our success as a football program and where we want to be and what we are and who we're, what we're doing. So I'm just really proud of everyone to really back up all the talk and show up here and have passion and enthusiasm. It was awesome, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
Now the Cougs next face the Northern Colorado Bears at Martin Stadium on Saturday afternoon.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And another beautiful day in the books. Again, summer just about out of here, but we have another weekend to enjoy those summer-like conditions. And we've been tracking some breezy and gusty winds here in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley tonight. Again, those breezy, gusty winds also through the Dalles, and we're seeing a windy situation through the Hanford Reach area. But again, those winds will start to decrease as the evening moves on. Tomorrow midday, light breezes through the area. Winds looking good as we start to head into that warmer weekend. And again, those winds look pretty nice on Friday morning as well. So that'll be good. No flying, not kite flying weather this weekend, so to speak. Here we go. Our Legends Casino Sky Cam tonight, 82 degrees outside. Our humidity at 32%. Our winds at 8 miles per hour. Sunset at 7:12. And remember, as we get closer to fall, we're losing about 2 minutes of daylight per day until we get to the winter solstice. So here's what's going on outside on our satellite and radar. That ridge of high pressure out on the coast. Again, that's going to move in. I like to call that the happy button. That keeps us sunny. That keeps us warm for the next several days. And that's pretty much it out there. A few clouds moving through the region, but once that marine layer is gone, it will be gone into the weekend. So look for a few cloudy skies over the next 24 hours. But again, you'll start to see some gradual clearing as we get to morning, with those temperatures rising up into the 80s by midday. Lots of sunshine in Yakima for us tomorrow. Tri-Cities having a nice clear evening here as well. Temperatures dropping down to the 50s late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then gradually climbing up into the 80s. So it'll be a nice, pretty cool morning to do some outdoor exercise or take that hike up Badger or the dogs for a walk. But look for that sunshine and the warming trend for the afternoon. Let's take a look at our overnight lows tonight around the region. Clear and cool with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It's 49 tonight in Toppenish, 48 in Sunnyside, 51 in Yakima. Moving into the Columbia Basin, again, those cool temps in the lower 50s. 50 degrees in Prosser tonight, 52 Tri-Cities. We'll see 48 overnight in Moses Lake and 52 in Hermiston. And looking towards the foothills of the Blues, those temperatures on the cool side in the 50s there as well, with Pendleton dropping down to 49 tonight. And again, that kind of has that fall feeling in the air as we get to those cooler temperatures overnight. Again, lots of sunshine with warm temperatures all through the region. We'll see the low to mid 80s here from Pendleton, Walla Walla, and Dayton. 86 in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Those mid 80s here in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. So very, very warm out there. Planning your day out tomorrow. Again, you'll start off a little on the cool side. You'll be up to the warmer temperatures by noon. In Walla Walla, there's a nice little planner for you tomorrow as well. A little chilly there in the morning and nice and warm by the afternoon. Yakima, same thing, little cool out the door at 8 a.m. Here's your short-term forecast as we move into the weekend. Again, lots of sunshine, and we'll see those temperatures getting up to the 90s there for the weekend in Yakima. Again, final weekend of summer. Tri-Cities, again, 89, pretty warm on Friday, a little bit warmer there on Saturday, 91, and those temperatures stay nice and warm through the weekend. 85 with lots of sunshine, 90 degrees by Saturday in Walla Walla. I'll get to your full 7-day planning forecast here in just a few minutes. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And up next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, a stuffy nose, clogged sinuses, often used to treat congestion. Feds say there is a problem with the active ingredient in some of these medications. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air. Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
Injured on the road or on the job? Visit FromBackAutumn.com. Gather vital information on your type of injury claim. Learn more about our Bulldog Tough attorneys. Chat live about your needs with one of our representatives. Even schedule a free consultation. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All from the comfort and convenience of your home. FromBackAutumn.com. Motivators are standing by. Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog Tough.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
The Labor Day mattress savings have been extended this week at Walker's.
And that means some of the biggest discounts of the year on all your favorite brands like Purple, Serta iComfort, and Beauty Rest mattress sets.
Plus, special 5 years no interest financing with no money down was brought in, as well as an additional $100 gift card with select sets sold, and free local delivery.
Making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less.
During the final week of savings at Walker's.
McCurley got involved here a lot of years ago, probably over 20, 25 years ago, with helping out the youth at our fairs. We believe in giving back as much as we can. We're not just here to sell you cars, we're also here to give back and to be a part of that family, part of that connection community. It's just the excitement of seeing these kids, how grateful they are. So it's very rewarding for us. I'm Joe Klein, I'm driving change at McCurley.
Find your way home in a new, used, or certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Mazda.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Whether it's fall allergies, the flu, or just a plain old common cold, they probably have you reaching for a decongestant like Dayquil or Sudafed. But an FDA advisory panel now says the active ingredient in most of those medications doesn't work. So most decongestants originally relied on pseudoephedrine, but that can be processed into meth. So pharmacies are legally required to keep it behind the counter and to track purchases. Decongestants you might see on the shelf like this usually have phenylephrine or PE instead. The FDA says taking PE in a pill won't help your stuffy nose at all. Doctors say you might want to look at an antihistamine instead.
Some examples, are like Allegra, Claritin, Zyrtec, all of those, last for 24 hours. They actually help treat the symptoms, whereas phenylephrine did not.
So FDA advisors did not consider nasal sprays that rely on phenylephrine, so those are likely to remain on the market. But the FDA will have the final say on whether the decongestant pills should be taken off the market. Updated COVID-19 vaccines will be available this week, according to the CDC, and the agency now recommends getting them as COVID continues to spread. It's tougher for officials to predict how much COVID is circulating because fewer people are testing and they're not tracking those daily numbers anymore. But officials have spotted the virus in wastewater.
It's gone up significantly, so that's usually sort of an early warning system, if you will, in terms of how much COVID is out there.
So to lower the risk of severe hospitalization or death, the CDC recommends everyone ages 6 months and older who haven't had a COVID vaccine in the past 2 months go get the updated version. There is a varying protocol regarding the number and type of doses for children and those who are immunocompromised. The new shots contain a single strain of the virus, unlike last year's shots, which contained 2 strains. You're watching Apple Valley News now at 6:30. We're back with a final check on your forecast next.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. Plus, receive $1,000 off your new siding project for new construction as well as remodels. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Down from the mountains to the valleys, the blacktop sea where the tide rolls in. Tearing up the roof now, California rally. Ripping through the streets till the pavement ends. State Bronco.
Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Bronco.
Red or white. At Coyote Canyon, we've got you covered. If you love red, try our Italian Sangiovese, French Grenache, or Spanish Tempranillo. Like what you taste? Wine Club. Come visit our tasting room in Prosser. Coyote Canyon is calling.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
The Labor Day sale has been extended at Walker's Furniture. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year. Or 5 years no interest financing. So you can get it today and pay for it later during these final days of savings at Walker's.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at your forecast, and Stacey, you're telling us warmer temperatures once again.
Warmer temperatures. I've been loving this weather, but I can be honest with you, I'm not ready for the daylight to go away so quickly.
Either.
I like the longer evenings, but look at that. We warm up to summer conditions this weekend, and then we have a pretty big cool down with a slight chance of some rain on Monday, mainly in the Cascades or the foothills of the Blues, but then those temperatures cool right into the 70s. So enjoy the warm weekend if warm weather is your thing.
You know, I'm not hating the 70s.
There you go.
Thanks, Stacey. Thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com, and we're back tonight at 11.